Hey guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. In today's video, we will find out the most extreme and scarifying construction sites around the world. Enjoy the video, and do leave a comment down below about which project you think is the most extreme. We would love to hear your thoughts on that. If you found this video interesting, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Also press the notification bell to never miss any updates from the channel. Now, let's get started with the video. Earth, the beauty. It may seem the most peaceful and beautiful place on the planet, but these places can be the deadliest and extremely dangerous, and they are? Here, we are bringing you some of the most extreme construction sites and the level of tension and the fear of life of the construction workers working there. From building a railroad in the relentless heat of the desert to building a research station in one of the coldest places on Earth. And from the largest infrastructure project in the Himalayas at an altitude of up to 3,700 meters to one of the largest man-made holes in the world. Here are the world's most extreme construction projects. Starting with number 4, the Etihad Railway. Taking you to the dunes and the relentless heat of the Arabian Desert, where the UAE is currently building the Etihad Railway. This $11 billion mega project will connect the United Arab Emirates to Saudi Arabia over a 1,200-kilometer network, from the Guwayfat region in Abu Dhabi to the port of Fujairah on the east coast once it is completed. The construction of the first stage began in 2009 and consists of 2 tracks with a 264 kilometers in length from the Shah and Habshan gas fields and the port of Ruwais in the western United Arab Emirates UAE. The railroad is also set to help the country to reduce its carbon footprint. A large amount of carbon is produced in UAE due to a large number of truck transportations and other things, which is among the worst in the world. A single train journey corresponds to the distance of approximately 300 trucks from the road, which reduces carbon dioxide emissions by 70 to 80% compared to truck use. This rail journey is all set to connect the parts of UAE, and as well as it has already contributed greatly to reducing carbon dioxide emissions in the UAE. Phase 2 of the project will add another 600 kilometers to the project to connect the rail network with the East Coast and other important industrial regions. Now let's take a closer look at the Etihad Railway mega project in the United Arab Emirates and how it's being created, which is very special and extremely challenging as it travels through one of the hottest and most ruthless regions in the world. The heat can reach up to 50 degrees Celsius, so construction workers are forced to work at a relatively low 30 degrees Celsius at night. However, extreme heat is not their only problem. Since the construction is in the middle of the desert, you naturally have to deal with a lot of sand. In strong winds, huge amounts of sand can build up on the construction site, making work impossible or even damaging the railway. To save this project from the destruction of the desert, it is said to plant a lot of trees near the railroad. These trees can then act as a natural wall and as a shield to protect the rail track from being damaged and covered by the sand. The project should be fully operational by the year 2024. Number 3. The Rothera Research Station. Our planet's polar regions are among the most remote and hostile environments known to mankind. So the Rothera Research Station is being built in one of the most remote and hostile places on Earth, with temperatures from 5 to -40 degrees Celsius. Great Britain is currently building a mega project, which is worth a whopping $415 million. Now, if we saw the project's worth, it is not as the Etihad Railway project, but looking at the region where it is all happening, it's not wrong to put this at number 3. Because of everything you see here, the workers, equipment, and construction material had to be shipped from Great Britain to Antarctica. It takes a very long journey of around 11,000 kilometers to transport all the required material. But what exactly are they building here? This place serves as the UK's largest polar research survey station. One of these science projects is real-time research on climate change. To do this, the weather and fauna of Antarctica are constantly monitored to create precise climate models that can predict sea level rise, work despite extreme weather conditions. For about 4 years, the British government has been working on the most expensive government-sponsored project in Antarctica since the 1980s, the so-called Antarctic Infrastructure Modernization Program. Part of that $415 million project is modernizing the Rothera Research Station. Most of the buildings at this station were no longer in the best condition and had to be renewed. Other than this, the construction started on the so-called Discovery Building and is expected to be completed in 2024. The Discovery Building is a new science and operations facility with more energy-efficient systems to minimize the station's environmental impact. The two-story building will combine field expeditions, medical facilities, and office space and replace a number of older buildings. Number 2. Norway's new coastal road. Finally coming to the place where we can finally have a pleasant environment. Norway is famous for its beautiful scenery and lively coastal towns, towering mountains, and cliffs. But such a breathtaking landscape creates immense difficulties when it comes to traveling across the country. It takes around 21 hours and more or equal to 7 ferry trips to travel from Trondheim in the south to Bergen to the north. But Norway finally has decided to solve this problem of slow connection between these two cities with a $47 billion motorway expansion, which also affects the economy of the country. Thus, this project will help Norway to simulate the economy of the country. This highway will be the first of its kind when completed and will include floating bridges, floating tunnels, and the world's deepest road tunnel, the Rogfast Underwater Tunnel, with a depth of at least 400 meters below sea level. The 30-kilometer tunnel will be the world's longest and deepest underwater tunnel. The Sognefjord is the deepest and largest fjord in Norway, and the challenge associated with crossing the Sognefjord includes its vast dimensions and the large number of ships that frequently call into the fjord. With this in mind, the project team developed several ideas for this fjord crossing. The first idea is a standard suspension bridge with a 3,700-meter-long crossing, with support towers that are 450 feet tall, much taller than the Empire State Building, and if built it would become the tallest bridge in the world. The second idea is the construction of a floating bridge. This means that the bridge might need to be raised to allow ships to pass. This would prove seriously difficult for the engineers, as the bridge would only be tied to each coastline. There is also a concept of a tunnel floating underwater. Perhaps the solution to this problem is a hybrid concept that would combine a floating pontoon bridge and part of the underwater tunnel to allow easy passage of ships. If this idea is implemented, it would be the first of its kind in the world. The construction started in 2018 and was originally planned for completion by the year 2026. However, the cost overruns have now delayed the project to at least 2031. Before we get to number 1 in the list, please do consider subscribing to the channel. And don't forget to like, share, and do hit the bell button. And now it goes on with number 1, the Diamond Mine Mimir. Believe us, it is not the last extreme construction project on our list. There are 2 to 3. But the most extreme of them all is the Diamond Mine Mimir, situated in the Siberian region of eastern Russia. The region of Siberia is known for its hard and long winters with average temperatures well below 0 degrees Celsius. This mine is so deep that you could fit the Eiffel Tower, and there would still be some space. Diamond mining began in the late 1950s, but hostile weather conditions made it all impossible. Winters can last up to 7 months, as a result of which the materials become brittle at temperatures below -30 degrees Celsius, and even the oil in the machines freezes. This is what extreme looks like. Thus, the Diamond Mine Mimir has made it to the top of our list. This is all from today's video. For more, subscribe to our YouTube channel and never miss any updates. Till then, see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.